여러분, 안녕하세요. 저는 Italki World Cup Challenge 세 주에 했어요. 오늘 조금 아니요, 정말 피곤해요. 그래서 그림 해요. 비디오 안 할 거예요. 근데 문법을 이야기해요. Hey guys, so unfortunately it's been a really busy week at work this week and having too much fun at the weekend, so I'm a little bit behind on this, so I apologise. But I thought this week maybe I would, rather than doing another conversation video, because I haven't really thought about the topic, maybe show you a bit of what I've been studying in my lessons, just to give you an example of some grammar points, what stage I'm at now, having done 3 weeks of the challenge. The last few lessons in particular, we've been covering an awful lot very quickly, so it's a lot of vocab for me to learn, and grammar's definitely getting more challenging. Okay, so this picture is one of the lessons I've done this week, and it's about morim, which is a Korean word for a meetup. So the example at the bottom, so 내일 시험이 있어서 공부해야 돼요. So this is the first time I guess I've tried to use two grammar points within the same sentence. So 있어서 is a verb stem for to be, and then so is like so in English, so it kind of joins the clauses together. And then 공부해야 돼요 is I have to study. So it's tomorrow there's a test, so I have to study. So which was quite exciting for me, I guess, as silly as it might sound, to kind of be at that stage where I'm starting to put slightly more complicated sentences together. I mean, it's all relative, but it's all moving in the right direction. So then on that topic, I wrote a few very basic sentences for my homework. I'm just going to read out to you. So 다음 주에 모임 있어요. So next week there's a meetup. 저는 준비해야 돼요. 그래서 점수를 약해요. So I have to prepare for it. So I find the place. I need to find the place. 식당에 같이 갈 거예요. We're going to go to a restaurant together. 그래서 이메일 연락을 했어요. So I sent out email invites. 모임은 일요일에 9시에 있어요. So the meetup is on Sunday at 9. 제 친구는 생일 있을 거지만 지금 선물 안 샀어요. So it's my friend's birthday, but at the moment I haven't bought a present. 내일 쇼핑을 할 거예요. Tomorrow I will go shopping. Okay, so still quite basic, but it's getting there slowly. And then the other, well, I've done a lot of grammar this week. So then another thing I've learned is if statements. So in Korean, for if statements, you actually change the verb ending. So you use the verb stem with a verb ending. So you can only tell it's an if statement at the end of the clause. There is a specific word for if, but apparently it's not very common to use it, so I just have to get used to listening out for the verb ending. So one of the examples is 내일에 비가 와면, So if it rains tomorrow, 저는 집에서 쉴 거예요. I will rest at home. So I'm just trying to think of another one. 주말에 안 먹으면 저는 식당에 갈 거예요. If I don't eat at the weekend, I'll go to a restaurant. And then it's got different endings for the future and the past tense. So it's slightly more complicated than the English version. Also learned some kind of more than statements, so when something is more than something else. And I was practicing that, comparing London to my hometown, which is a very tiny village. And then my sentence, I guess, which I was quite pleased with myself and putting several grammar points together, was 어제 1시에 잤지만 7시 30분에 회사에 가야 됐어요. So that's yesterday. I slept at 1, but at 7:30 I had to go to work. So that was me trying to put my grammar sentences or my grammar points together. And then with Rosa, the other thing I've done this week has been to do with transport. So asking how do you change, whether you have to change, whether you just take the bus, where you get off, and then also asking for directions. So saying take the right, go straight down here, take the left. And in Korean it's always great when things are easy, but unfortunately that one, the pronunciation is quite similar. So for saying side, it's chok, chok, and for saying straight, so to go straight, is chuk. So I need to practice that a bit more. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much what I've done this week. Slightly rambly, sorry, as I said, it's been pretty busy, so it's not quite structured. The other thing which I thought might be interesting just to see, because one of my Korean friends is teasing me about it a little bit, is my writing. So I've put a couple of pictures up. One is what my writing looked like my first few doodles. As you can see, it's very big, hardly fits on the line. And my friend thought it was hilarious. Then this next one is how it looks, my notes actually that I was taking today. So it's starting to get there. Probably still looks a bit like maybe if you try and write English in block letters without joining it up, but at least it's smaller. And then the third one is my friend's attempt at showing you how it actually should be, which is obviously much less distinct between the characters. But that just comes down to practice, really, and also just as well to do with my reading speed, which my teacher is also trying to work on. And when I recognise the words, it's definitely improved, but obviously there's still a lot of vocabulary I don't know, which slows me down a bit. But anyway, still on target, still going. Had another lesson today, so we're off to a good start for this week as well. And hopefully next week I'll be back to a usual video and practice some more Korean speaking than this week. But anyway, I hope everyone else is doing well with the challenge, and 화이팅! 안녕히 계세요!